I think we need to talk about the difference between masking and expanding because I feel like some people are confusing or intertwining the two. Maybe they have spent a lifetime being shut down, suppressed, and learnt to mask, that they are just learning to unravel that. But I do think a video is needed to explain the differences. So let me tell you about two kids. One little boy is autistic and he loves dinosaurs. He can talk about them for hours, but every time he brings them up in the class, the teacher sighs, the kids roll their eyes, and eventually he learns, don't talk about dinosaurs. So he stops, he hides, and he masks. Now from the outside, it might look like progress, he's fitting in, but inside he's shrinking. He's telling himself that my passions are too much, I'm too much. That's not growth, that's survival. Now, the same boy, same love for dinosaurs, but this time, his teacher sees a spark in his eyes. She gives him space to share, maybe one dinosaur fact a day, maybe a picture he's drawn, maybe a book that he's made. And the boy notices something. Because his teacher treats everyone like they matter, he wants to do the same thing. He makes an active choice, not just to share his love, but to listen to others too, and their interests. He makes space for their passions, just like the space that was made for his. He's still himself, still the boy who adores dinosaurs, but now he's expanded. He's learning new skills without losing who he is. That's growth. Do you feel the difference? Masking says, I can't be myself if I want to belong. Growth says, I can be myself and I can learn new skills that help me thrive. And this isn't just about kids, it's about us as adults too. I'm an autistic female, and I think that I needed this lesson when I began my unmasking journey. Think about the times that you've laughed at a joke that you didn't find funny just to keep the peace, or nodded along when you didn't agree with something. That's masking. You walk away drained, wishing that you'd said something that you really thought. Now, think about the times where you learnt to express yourself in a disagreement calmly, with respect. That wasn't hiding, that was evolving, and you probably walked away feeling quite proud of yourself. The line between masking and growth can look thin. Both are uncomfy, but here's how you know the difference. If you feel smaller afterwards, it's probably likely masking. You'll have knots in your stomach, you will feel like you need to shut off from the world. In contrast, growth can equally be uncomfy, but you might feel a sense of pride and a sense of expansiveness afterwards, and then you know that it's growth. And parents, this is the difference, that will either free your child or trap them, free you or trap you. When they are pushed towards masking, you're teaching them to survive at the cost of their identity. But when you guide them to growth, you're giving them a gift of thriving beyond their current version of themselves, because nobody should be staying the same. Think about it like this. If you learned something was possible, something new, something expansive, but it was actually in the area of your special interest that you'd looked at the same way for years, would you discard it because it's new and it's not what you knew? Or do you lean in and allow it to continue to expand? Well, the same thing is true for us. The world does not need more people who have mastered the art of hiding. This is the result of passive choices sprung upon us. But it does need more people who've mastered the art of becoming the best version of themselves possible at that time. This is active choices. They're not always easy, but those active choices are yours. So ask yourself this. Whilst I work to shed the mask, and rightly so, am I still committed to making active choices for the greater good of myself and the people around me?